What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zcash today, ZEC USD. It is the 21st day of June. Here we are at about $454, roughly 8 hours left in this day. Again, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, okay? Here we are on the daily time frame. To me, let me zoom out a little bit. It seems as though we've got a kind of relative double top in order here. I mean, we saw a proper rejection there. We've definitely shifted down. And again, as I theorized in my last video, it's completely possible that we do, and I say my last video on Zcash, it's completely possible that we do move back up to this $500 level. I believe the last video I made was on Friday, and I was saying at least 476, and we literally went to 486, so like right there. But somewhere between there and $500, and we've already seen that move. We topped off, and now we're coming down. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we really start to go lower here. I don't think a move like this, I've been saying this the last few times I've talked about Zcash since this move happened, I don't think a move like this happens and then you recover and everything's fine, right? I don't, like, I'm talking to the people who might be unrealistically bullish. My assumption is you have little experience in the markets, okay? Because I used to think the same thing. Oh, maybe it was a one-off. Hey, look, we're building back. We're showing strength, right? No, you're not. No, you're not. The bulls answered here. The bears answered here. Who's stronger right now, right? This was a strong bullish move. It was nothing compared to what the bears did, man. When you see something like this happen, I don't care how much of a bounce you have. It could have been, it's 117%. It could have been 157%. It could have been 190%. You see something like this happen, even if you get a higher high, bro, something's going on. There's some serious offloading going on, and somebody, not you, knows what's going on, whatever it is, and they're offloading for a reason. They're offloading in a very quick fashion for a reason. And this was 100% not because, oh, there was a bug, an infinite money glitch bug with Zcash, they could mint a bunch of coins. It's not what happened, right? I know that was a scare. I know that was a headline, and it came out on this day. But that headline, that news was relevant on the 1st of June. That's whenever we first heard that news, was on the 1st of June. We pumped after that. That news was just to mull things over, to give people a reason for why it dropped. The reason why it dropped is because people who are on the inside, probably top people affiliated with Zcash, or maybe they're not affiliated at all, but they have a lot of money, and they don't want to get hosed for selling their coins. And I don't think it was just Arthur Hayes, but Arthur Hayes definitely sold a lot of coins. They just sold because they know that there's lower prices to come. That's what it is, man. Maybe they're aware of the market dynamics overall. Maybe they're aware of some kind of flaw in Zcash other than what we know of already. But maybe it's just because we're at a very high point from a very low point. If you've been accumulating Zcash for a long time, this is a perfect area to kind of offload. It was your secondary chance. But I digress. Let's get into the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom out. Okay, I'm spending too much time talking about the thesis there. Here we are on the 1 hour time frame. You saw this move up. It was nice. You kind of chilled, moved sideways. Looked like you were going to move up for a second. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit bullish here, thinking that we might move up. But then, man, once you started closing below these low points here, that was the end of that, man. You're moving down now. This is really just a BART over the weekend. Now you're coming back down. You definitely look bearish overall. It's a bearish BART. From a high to a low, you rejected the 236 right here. You rejected the 382 and then came down and rejected your 236. Not good. No bueno. We look at the low to high. Maybe it's the low to high. I thought we were rejecting golden ratio. Is that it? Is that where it is? Maybe it's not this golden ratio. Let me try. Let me get on the 4 hour. Is it this low to high? No, you're actually finding support there, but it's your secondary attempt. You're probably going to come back down below it. There is some golden ratio that we're finding resistance on. Maybe it's the daily one. Maybe it's the overall high to low. Nope, I don't know where it is. I don't know where I'm getting it from. Let me look here. I have another chart pulled up somewhere. I just want to see where I'm getting this from. Oh, that's why. Well, maybe we should take it like that. I typically don't use fake outs in my measurements, and that was my fault. That's what I did. I used this fake out in the measurement. So here, this low to high, we had it right the first time. It's not this low to high that we should be measuring. That's the fake. That was clearly a fake out. It's this low to high, and with that, you are rejecting this golden ratio. Look at how well you're respecting these fib levels. I mean, it makes sense. I know that seems a bit far-fetched maybe to some people, but I mean, you're not really. You take it to this high, which is a fake out high. other than that 236 rejection, you're not showing any respect anywhere, like to any of these fibs. You're showing much more respect on this fib. 382 bounce, 069 rejection, 382 bounce again, 236 resistance, golden ratio close, 786 support, golden ratio resistance here, 0.5 resistance there. I mean, it seems a lot more respected, but I digress. I digress. Anyways, looking like you want to come down, 1 hour time frame. RSI looks bearish to me, getting consistently oversold, rejecting the overbought zone, and then just coming back down here. It's like you were missing being down in this area. You were here so long, you got comfortable with it. Now you're comfortable again. You're probably going to stay here for a second. Stochastics are bearish, right? Getting overbought like this, you're coming up, and then I don't like it, and then oversold. You're like, this is nice. That's bearish. It's nice because it's bearish. Maybe not nice for the bulls. And then of course the bearish momentum building as well. Yeah. 4 hour time frame. The RSI refused to get oversold. You refused to even maintain levels above the 50 for too long. You started to get above the 50 and you just crapped out there. You found resistance instead at prior areas of support, prior areas of resistance here, and looking like you want to go lower. Stochastics look bearish, rejecting the overbought zone after living in the oversold zone. And then of course the RSI, or the MACD crossing below the zero, and now you're rejecting the zero. You had kind of a piss poor green cross here, now you're crossing red again. I mean, it certainly to me looks like you want to go lower. Daily time frame here, RSI clearly in a downtrend, right? You've got high here, lower high, lower high, lower high, and then of course the lower lows as well. Likely this next plummet will take you into the oversold zone. And if you think about the RSI, right, it's the relative strength index. Oversold, it's the wrong way to think of it, right? You think oversold, you're like, oh, that's the time to buy. It's oversold. Overbought, oh, that's the time to sell. It's overbought. But really, it's more like bullish strength, bearish strength. Optimal bearish strength land, optimal bullish strength land. That's what it is. I don't know why they kind of look like baguettes. But you see what I'm saying here is that when we get oversold, we're likely seeing the strongest readings that we've seen of this move down here, which could very well mean that we see a strong move as well. Now, typically I would say the strongest move. I don't think we're going to see a move that was stronger than that. I do think this was a one-off in the sense of how much we moved down, but I also believe that this means that there's more to come. We inevitably will go down to this low. We probably find support down there, find resistance at prior support here on a closing basis, and then we come down lower. Inevitably, we will break below that level. But the point being, aside from this, relative to these movements down that we've seen so far, this kind of stuff, I would expect this next movement's going to be a little bit more extreme. We probably do see some significant dropping over the coming days, if I had to guess, and I am guessing. Stochastics, again, getting oversold, not getting overbought, crossing back down, getting below the 50. Daily, MACD, it's not terrible, but not really good either. I mean, you're much stronger to the bearish effect than you were on the bullish effect, and you've just gotten started. Your oscillators have just gotten below the zero. You know, we've seen these oscillators get further below than where we are now, so I think that we will go there. Doesn't mean that we have to, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say. We've said it all, baby. Everything's been said. Weekly time frame looks like ass. We are about to cross to the red effect. The stochastics do not look good. The RSI double top rejection at the overbought zone does not look good. And then, of course, this weekly candle does not look the best either. Finding direct resistance at prior support there, at prior resistance here. It's no bueno, you guys. That means not good in Spanish, for anybody who didn't know that. 786 rejection, not really a whole lot to go off of with that. What I will say is we're at least closing above the golden ratio, which is somewhat of a positive, but we're just one solid little move away from closing below this level. You get a weekly time frame to close below 437. At that point, this is a double top, a valid double top in my opinion. Technically, if we're going by the book, technically it's not a valid double top until you get below this low, but I would very much be suspicious that we're doing anything besides going below this low, and probably even going below $100 over time. Zcash here looking like it's in a deadly M-shaped pattern. Probably maintains these higher lows. We find support somewhere here at prior resistance. But right now we're just finding resistance at prior support, so it seems as though, and prior resistance, seems as though we're going to go lower. That's the call, that's the T, that's the expectation Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's Sunday. Be with your family. Enjoy your day. If you work on Sunday, schedule time off in the future for Sundays, man. Work any other day. Sundays are a great day to have off. Do your social gatherings and whatever it is that you guys do on Sundays. Take it easy, most importantly. Hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.